what is hemoglobin?
Okay, hemoglobin is a part of our red blood cells and it's responsible for carrying oxygen throughout our bodies.
Okay. What is sickle cell disease?
Sickle cell disease is a genetically inherited blood disorder that affects our red blood cells, and someone that has sickle cell disease, their red blood cells do not last as long as a normal red blood cell, and their red blood cells are constantly changing shape. They lose oxygen, which then makes them very rigid and hard. They become sticky, and then they, when they're trying to pass throughout the body, get clumped up and stuck together. And wherever that happens throughout the body causes an individual with sickle cell disease to have excruciating pain.
How is the testing done?
So to find out if you have sickle cell disease or sickle cell trait, currently there is a universal newborn screening which began in Illinois in the 1980s. So all babies that are born in the state of Illinois and most states are automatically tested to see if they carry an abnormal hemoglobin trait or if they are carrier of sickle cell disease, amongst a lot of other things that babies are screened for. But then an individual that's older that may or may not have been informed of their status or was born prior to when newborn screening was made universal would have done what they call a hemoglobin electrophoresis. And that's actually a blood test that's done, and that will tell you what your hemoglobin type is.
How common is sickle cell?
So sickle cell disease affects approximately 1 in every 400 to 500 of individuals, or African Americans. But then also sickle cell trait, or some refer to it as hemoglobin trait or abnormal hemoglobin trait. But specifically for sickle cell, it affects approximately 1 in 10 to 12 individuals.
Can other races get sickle cell?
So every individual period has a hemoglobin type, and everybody's hemoglobin type is different. Of course, the majority have normal hemoglobin, which is represented AA. But then there are a lot of other hemoglobin types. And the most commonly, the one that's most common is sickle cell trait as far as the ones that are abnormal. But then there's also hemoglobin C trait. There's a variety